tripping. Like, we got into it real bad last night, and she was tripping. She was driving around drunk, and you know, she had the babies in the car, and she threw Riri's stuff out. She threw her car seat out. Like, she literally just threw us out in the street, and I was like,
give me my check, put some respect on my check, or pay me an equity, watch me reverse on the dicks.
These lashes make me look sleepy as hell, but here we are. Okay, welcome back. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do the most with the least. Fuck my sleepy ass lashes. Okay, so this probably gonna be a little montage because so much happened with Ursula. Some of it good, some of it bad, and we gotta get this Ursula series on the road. Okay, so we left off with the edibles. So this was the first time that me and Ursula fell out. Not the first time, we would have, because we were high school best friends, which I'll tell y'all a little story time in a story time, because Ursula is technically like an orphan or whatever. Like, she was a foster kid. So she had a really, really bad attitude, but granted, she went through a lot, so I'm not, you know, victim blaming or whatever. Like, her mom was on drugs. I think her dad, I don't know if her dad died, but I know he didn't live in the South, but she was from Florida. And so she would be in between like foster care and like her aunts or whatever. But her aunt lived close to me. So me, my best friend Julie, and Ursula, we all lived, like, our neighborhoods was on the same street. So it was like a kind of like a main street or whatever, but certain streets was to a separate neighborhood. So Julie lived in a neighborhood, I lived in a neighborhood, and Ursula lived in a neighborhood. Well, her aunt on the same street where I'm going. Okay. So this one time she had got us in fucking trouble, because so this time she wasn't living at her aunt house. She was living with the foster mom. And the foster mom might have had like a lot of kids. She was like an older lady, but she had like a real nice house. Like, you could probably, I don't know if she cared about the kids or if Ursula just had like a bad attitude or whatever. But she, Ursula, like, Ursula didn't give a fuck. Like, she was very much the type that would cuss out your grandma, cuss out your pastor. Like, she would cuss out everybody. Except for my mom, because my mama didn't play that shit. But, so, which is what happened today. So, we was in, I want to say, we had to be maybe junior year summer or senior year. I want to say junior year summer, because that's I went to this school the last two years or whatever of my high school career. You know, besides when I moved. So, so Ursula had told us, like, yeah, she having a pool party, because she lived in a real big neighborhood, and she was like, yeah, we having a pool party today, y'all could come. You know, the foster lady gonna be making a bunch of food or whatever, stuff like that. So we're like, all right, cool. So my mom dropped either, I don't know how my mom got there, but my mom was there some type of way. But I know me and Julie was there. Me and Julie pulled up, and we was at the pool, and our boyfriends was there. Like, 'cause we had all our boyfriends or whatever was in a little friend group. Y'all know how I go. Like, this one for you, this one for that. Da, da, da. So we so we planned that. So we go to the pool, kicking in or whatever. We go back to her house, and her foster mother is like, "What? Oh shit, they built a whole goddamn apartment." She's like, "Why is all these people in my house?" She was like, "Because I'm having a pool party." Like, she literally invited us and didn't even tell her foster mother that we was coming. So she was being rude as hell, and my mom was there for some reason. I don't know if the lady called my mom, because maybe she knew my mom separately or whatever, because they would have like our kids are so disrespectful party, you know, even though I wasn't. So there's that. But so yeah, please don't put that on front of me, child. We riding, we in Cleveland, child. We in the land, about to ride by 81st Deli, the ghetto. So this motherfucker, is he the police? Y'all see how I'm sitting at a light? This motherfucker just drove out of the whatchamacallit, through these two, like, alright, you do you, and I'm doing me. Child be having stuff on my face and don't even know it. Excuse these lashes, like, I'm bad woman today. I'm a sunflower. what about it? Shit, should I run this motherfucking light? Should we all run the light? Okay, here we go. So, yeah. So, Ursula, you know, she invited us to the pool party, whatever, and her mother was like, I did not say all these people could come. She was like, well, I did. Like, she did. She might not have said that, but that was the energy she was giving. Like, okay, these are my friends. I invited them. Like, the pool is public. Okay, you made it a pool for everybody. So, like, that's how she was, y'all. So, my mom was like, Ursula, like, you need to be respectful, da da da. And she was like, she toned it down, but she didn't want to. It was giving very much, okay, I'm gonna shut up, but I would rather not. So, that was just like to show you, like, I didn't really do a good job. Like, her mother was a recovering crackhead or whatever, but her mother looked good. Like, she was the finest crackhead I've seen to body. She got body for days, okay? But she wasn't no crackhead no more, of course, whatever. But, so she, because of her mom, y'all call her all type of bitches, all type of shit. So that just shows you the pathology of Ursula. But it was for good reason, but she would take out shit on people that didn't deserve it. So, okay, so fast forward back to this story. So this is after we had got drunk. Mind you, I gotta tell y'all another story. Okay, I'll wait to tell that story. So the threesome story will be completely separate because that just has its own story. And you know that the cab driver is involved with the threesome story. Not that he was involved, but you know, he was involved. Okay, so skip that, but we're gonna go to this since I already started on this. So, Ursula, because to do that, I would have to tell y'all about my ex, and that's another, you know, semi-series on its own. So, what happened? Okay, so this was one of the first times me and Ursula fell out, and the crazy part was, and Layla was a part of the story, and I don't know how I forgot this part of the story, but the reason why Layla is called Layla is because she is a professional boxer. She's a professional boxer now. Back then she wasn't, you know, she wasn't boxing, but she's been boxing. Like, she left that area and she got her life on track, and she been like doing her thing since then. Like, she's a professional, like, famous boxer, period. Okay, so that's why I call her Layla. Just wanted to get that out. So my thing is, okay, in a friend group, I'm the worst person to be in a friend group, because if you start treating my friends wrong, I automatically got a problem. Like, and I'm gonna say something. Like, you can't treat people that I love any kind of way and then think I'm just gonna be like enabling it. Like, no, I'm like, yeah, that was dirty or whatever. So, like I told y'all, Ursula we would be getting, like, that was our Sex in the City era. So we would be drinking cosmopolitan. Like, this was the start of Ursula's addictions. She was drinking real bad. I didn't even know she was doing the drugs she was doing back then until, like, recently. But yeah, so she would be doing like drugs or whatever, partying with certain people, partying with our coworkers, because our coworkers were like heavy on the heavy. Like, one of my coworkers, he'll be like, I'll be like, yeah, I don't believe in doing more than weed, than treat, and alcohol. And he'd be like, well, I don't believe in mixing less than 3 drugs at one time. Like, he was on that special K, like all types of stuff. So that's what the type of, you know, coworkers we had, and that's what, you know, the crowd she was falling in line with. So, Ursula and Layla was kicking it one night, and they had got into it about something. I wish I could remember what they got into it. I probably should have hit Layla up to ask her, but they had got into it, and Ursula had kicked. So it was Nunu, which is Ursula's son, and then Riri, which is Layla's daughter. But they was babies at this time, and they was my babies. Like, that's why I say, like, I really used to be out here taking care of everybody's kids. Like, excuse me, I would be out here, like, I'll be taking them, like, places on the bus. Like, I didn't have no car, but that didn't mean I couldn't pick them up from daycare. Like, so those was both my babies. I would take great care of both of them. So you're not gonna treat them wrong. So Ursula one night drunk, they got into it, and she threw she threw Layla and Riri out the car. And then they her car seat and everything, right? So, sorry. Yeah, she threw out her car seat and everything. And I'm just like, and Layla called me
the next day or whatever. She was like, yeah, Ursula is tripping. Like, we got into it real bad last night, and she was tripping. She was driving around drunk, and you know, she had the babies in the car, and she threw Riri's stuff out. She threw her car seat out. Like, she literally just threw us out in the street. And I was like,
are you kidding me? Like, I was mad, like, because I don't play that shit. Like, no, you're not gonna hurt no babies or nothing just because you were drunk, bitch, and you want to be, you know, be a bitch right now. So I had said something to Ursula. We got to work, and I was just like, no, I didn't say nothing to her. I was just like, I'm cool on you or whatever. And she was like, what? I was like, I'm cool on you. Like, I was fucked up what you did to them, and you know it. So yeah, I'm cool on you right now. And she was like, oh, really? I'm like, really? Like, really? So we was at work, and you know, the tension was high or whatever. We didn't work every shift together, but we had tension because I just was not fucking with what the fuck she did to Layla and Riri. So now mind you guys, oh shit, this part of the story is the part where I fucked up. Because one, I should have just minded my business, and two, it wasn't my fight. Period. I mean, I'm like that. I can take accountability like that. So I was just like, I'm cool or whatever. So we had feel like we didn't really have no arguments, but I was just like, no, I'm not fucking coming over. Like, you know, all that shit is chalk. Like, no, I'm not coming over. No, don't call me. Nothing. I'm calling you. And she was just like mad, whatever. And it's crazy because my mom, I had left a comment on somebody's video. Like, my mom was like, my mom would like keep in contact. Like, people who hated me, my mother would be very much like, and what else? Oh, because she wanted to know what the next move was. Like, make your next move your best move. So mommy had that shit on lock. So she like, yeah, Ursula is really mad at you. She's telling me all type of stuff. She's telling me like, y'all spoke with me. She's telling me that you she told my mom that I would be screwing, because I was living with my ex at the time. I was screwed with my little brother in the bed. My grown little brother, like, he 5 and 6. Like, if that was to happen, you don't think that he would say that? Like, I was pissed. I was pissed. So she was telling my mom that. She was telling my mom I was smoking. At this time, like, I did not want my mom to know I was smoking either, though. Obviously. And I was grown as hell, living like 30 minutes away from my mom, my own place, my own job. I didn't have a car yet, but still, I had my own means of transportation. Mata, because it's Mata back then. Mata is dumb as fuck now. The minute I became a mother, Mata came dumber. Mata was not smart. Okay, let me get focused. I'm on my way to a baby shower, y'all. Okay, so I was like, really? I was like, that's what she said. Okay. So this is where I was fucked up. I was so fucked up. I don't even want to say that I did this, but me doing this literally started the most. Like, when I say this girl plotted on me, she plotted. I'm talking about key in my car, goddamn, you know, being my friend, like pretending like she's my best friend while secretly like plotting on me, trying to ruin my life. Key in my car, trying to help me figure out who did it, poking holes in my condoms, y'all. Like, them trying to fuck my man. Like, and this is not even the man, because that was when we had a threesome with. This is my man, my husband, like, very much hubby. Because mind you, I told y'all it was over 2 relationships. And the umbrella, it's raining like shit. Okay, so Ursula was like, so okay, this is what I did, guys. I shouldn't have did this. It was wrong, and I know it was wrong. Hold on, okay, I got it. So I was like, oh, that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to do. Because I very, like, granted, my mind was not fully developed. I was like 19 at the time. My mind was not fully developed. So in my mind, this was logical. Because not you calling my mom trying to get me in trouble. Well, you know who I'm about to call on you? Them people. them people, because you need to stop riding around with your baby drunk, like blacked out drunk. You need to stop throwing babies off a car. Like, yeah. So I called them people on her or whatever, and she called my mom, and she was like, I'll just say she called her mom. Did she call the people on me that came to my house and they interviewed my son and da 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 da? And I was just like, now granted, I didn't report no lies. Everything I said was 100% facts, but I still shouldn't have did it. It was wrong. So she was hot, like she was hot as trap, y'all. And I was like, yeah, and yeah, like that's how I felt at the time, like, and yeah, but. And my mom was like, I don't know, you should have done that or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I should have, but she should leave me alone. Like, I don't know why she's lying on me. And it's so funny because, like, that's what they say with cancer. It's like, when you want to go low, we're going to take it to hell. You want to go low, I'm going to take it to hell. We're going to burn it that bitch. We're going to burn it all down. The whole thing. But, with her being a Leo, she's like, oh, bitch, I like to play with fire. That's very much what she was getting. Like, oh, you want to play with fire. Oh, you want to play with fire. So, yeah, I definitely wasn't. So, yeah. So, that was the start of the end. That was the beginning of the end for her. So, after that, we were still working together. And something had happened one night because our coworkers used to kick it a lot. Like, we would go out every night. And I got stories for that, too, or whatever. But we would go out every night, party, drinking. I would smoke, they would do whatever they were doing and smoke. And yeah, so we was very much like that, where we were like, well, we would just check it. So we eventually ended up becoming back cool again. And so I thought. So we had went out one night or whatever, and with our coworkers, and this was like, I want to say when I first started hanging out with my now husband, like when we first started kicking it or whatever. So it was like she was trying to, like, because I feel like we wasn't together and but I feel like she was trying to, like, get with him, but he didn't like her. Like, he was just like, no, because she was a drunk. She would always be coming to work, like, smelling like pee, because she would be pissy drunk the night before, blacked out, and she got to go to work the next day. So he was just like, like, I don't know why she would think that. That's how he was. But, and there was another guy, we'll call him Barbara, who, him and my husband, they kind of look alike. So, like, all the women at our jobs or whatever, they would be on them. You know, all the old ladies, all the cougars, all the young hoes, the prostitutes, everybody, they would be on them. But my man, he's not like that. Like, he's very much like Rico Suave, like, you know, some mommy's like, you know, he don't be flirting. He just, like, will let you flirt with him. Yeah. At that time. But he wasn't, like, you know, a creep, which is what drew me to him. Like, that's why I had to mark that territory. I had to mark that territory because, yeah, he's mine. The boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine. So, we got 15 minutes. Oh, shit. Yeah. So, yeah, what happened after that? I said, okay, yeah, so that was the beginning of the end. We got back together. We would like, go to, like, I feel like that place was called Taco Cabana. It was like a 24-hour taco spot, and we would get, like, pictures of margaritas and all type of shit. So we would be going there. Mind you, I was underage, so I had me a little fake ID. So my fake ID, her name was Judy. And me and Judy would be partying, getting our drink on, you know, getting our roll on, shit like that. So, that's how we drinking or whatever. And, yeah, so, what happened? So, we got back cool around, we started back hanging out, and during all this time, me and my ex had our falling out. Me and my ex had broke up in December, but I was planning to still stay there because my lease wasn't up until March. So, I was like, I'm gonna stay here because my name is on the lease, mind you, but I was living my life. Like, I was dating, I met my husband, I was out all night, because once that man told me he cheated on me, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, you cheated? Oh, okay, that's all I needed to hear. And at that point, I was like, that point I had to get my lick back and believe I fucking did. And crying, fall to his knees, period. Because don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because I like Monopoly. And we're going to play all day. I want all the properties. I want the hotels. I want Park Avenue. And I want motherfucking Connecticut Avenue, bitch. So, yeah. So, that was what I did. What I have to say, what I have to be accountable and say what I did in that situation. Whatever. So, if you guys like this story, y'all vibing with it, please subscribe. Turn on your notifications, hit the like button, and yeah, stay tuned because the Ursula story, like, have y'all heard all the stuff that we've mentioned, that has been mentioned in this, like, partying, like, sex, drugs, rock and roll, threesomes, like, that was what that life was like for me before I became a mother. Before I became a mother, I was very much outside.
Only